What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Kicking It with Crowder. I am your host, Tyler Crowder, bringing you another episode. And today's episode, guys, is brought to you by Ramblin' and Gamblin' Sports at and Gamblin' on Twitter. Guys, of course, you can find me on Twitter at Kick It with Crow. And what I'm going to bring you guys today is a little bit of baseball. I'm going to give you my best bets for each division in Major League Baseball. So we'll go over the AL, we'll go over the NL, and I'll give you my favorite bets, maybe some teams with some plus money who you may want to watch out for. And then this isn't exactly who I think may win the division, but who has the best kind of odds to kind of win you guys some money. So we start on the AL East with the New York Yankees, and this is kind of a three-team race with the New York Yankees, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Boston Red Sox. And the Yankees start at minus $300. So basically, if you have to bet $300 just to win $100. So not very good odds right here for the Yankees, but a team that really that I like on these odds are the Tampa Bay Rays, a team that got into the wild card and then won the wild card last year and lost in the first round, but did make the postseason, got some valuable experience. They have a really good pitcher, Blake Snell, and also an amazing outfielder, Austin Meadows, who can play defense and rake with the best of them. Look for this young team who has one of the best farm systems in all of baseball. So that 60-man roster will kind of come into play with the Tampa Bay Rays. I would not be shocked if they made the playoffs as a wild card team, but guys, do not be shocked at all if they win the division at plus 325. This is where my money would go. I'd put, maybe $50 or so, and you're going to win $175, $180 on that bet, and those are great odds. So, if you put $100 on the Yankees, you're going to win a third of that. So, not very good odds right there. So, if you're trying to win some money, Tampa Bay Rays are the pick to go with. Next, I'm going to go with the AL Central, and the Minnesota Twins made won the AL Central last year, and they are favored at minus 125, have a dangerous lineup adding Josh Donaldson into the equation. And also, there's a lot of chatter coming out of Chicago that the White Sox may shock some people. They are plus 250. But I'm going to go with the team in Cleveland, the team with the experienced manager, the team with the left side of the infield very shored up, and that's Jose Ramirez and Francisco Lindor. And Lindor could be a possible guy to get traded at the deadline with his contract coming up. But if they're in the race, they probably keep him. And I like the Indians' odds at plus 250. So if you put $100 on, you win $250. So Twins are a good pick to win the division, but they're minus 125. So if I had to put some money on it, maybe put $10-15 on it, I'll take the Indians with the plus 250 odds. All right, next out of the AL West, guys, and this is an intriguing division as well with the Houston Astros at minus 175. Then you also have the Oakland A's and Billy Beane at plus 300, and then Mike Trout and the Angels at plus 450, who bring in a Joe Madden to the equation with Yotani, and also they sign Anthony Rendon, so the Angels could have a possibly dangerous lineup. This is the best pitching staff they've had in the last couple of years. Also, the Astros are minus 175, and they do still have the shortstop. They also have Bregman. They also have Altuve, Alvarez in the outfield, Zach Greinke, and then Justin Verlander as well. So the Astros, they will steal some signs, but they can also still win some ball games this year. But my favorite odds out of the AL West, and don't be shocked if the Astros do win the West, but the Oakland A's, man. Oakland A's, they just seem to get it done for the last 5, 6, 7 years, and they're a team who always is flirting with the wild card, who always flirts with winning the AL West. And in a 60-game season, they have Chris Davis, and then they also have a very good bullpen, who some of those guys are going to be starting this year. They got the Matt Twins at first and third base as well. So plus 300 with the Oakland A's, man. It's hard to go against that. You bet $100 on them, you win 300. You'd have to bet 175 just to win 100 on the Astros bet. So I think I like the A's a little bit better here, and in what should be a close division. All right, now we go on to the NL, guys, and the NL is kind of a two-team race to me. Phillies, I don't really think they're that good. I'm going to go with the Washington Nationals or the Atlanta Braves right here, and the Atlanta Braves are plus 160, and the Washington Nationals are plus 240. The Nationals, of course, lost Rendon. They still have Trey Turner. They still have Steven Strasburg and Max Scherzer, but I really think that the Atlanta Braves are the team to beat here with the top of the lineup: Acuna Jr., Ozzie Albies, Freddie Freeman, and then you have and then you also bring in Zuna from the St. Louis Cardinals. The big thing with the Atlanta Braves to me is the closer, bringing in Will Smith, who is a great pitcher, saved 35 games last year for the Giants. He's a hometown kid, a Georgia boy, so I'm excited to see what Will Smith brings to the back end of that Braves bullpen. But I'm going to pick the Atlanta Braves at plus 160. I like their odds. You know, you put $50 on them, you win $80. So I like that. That's a nice little bet for me. The Atlanta Braves plus 160 to win the NL. Then we're going to go to the Central, and two teams with the best odds in that division. The Cincinnati Reds, who added a lot of veterans, some pitchers, Trevor Bauer. They also added not Markakis. I'm sorry, the Moustakas, and they also added Castellanos from the Detroit Tigers. So they got those two bats in there as well. But another team, the Cardinals, are plus 240. But I really like the Chicago Cubs and David Ross, bringing him into the equation as the manager, a guy who played with all these players, Javier Baez, Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo. If the Cubs can get their starting rotation down and Yu Darvish kind of figure his stuff out again, I think that the Cubs are a great bet at plus 205 to win the division. Do not be shocked if a team like the St. Louis Cardinals won at plus 240 or the Cincinnati Reds at 205. But if I had to put my money on it, put a little bit down, I'm going to go ahead and bet on the Chicago Cubs in a 60-game sprint to win the Central. And then we finish up, guys, with the NL West. And this is a team, the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are the favorites to win the World Series. And with the New York Yankees, they are minus $500. So you have to put $500 down just to win 100 with this Dodger team. Not a really good bet. I'd kind of stay away from the NL West if at all possible. But if you're looking for a team to maybe put $20 down on, the Arizona Diamondbacks are plus 800, and the San Diego Padres are plus 700. So those are two teams. San Diego, of course, has Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado and Will Myers. I mean, they have some guys on that team, and then the Diamondbacks are a little scrappy bunch as well. So you know, either one of those teams I may put something down on. But could stay away from the Dodgers. They're a great World Series prop bet if you want to do a prop bet on them. I think they're like plus 330 or something like that, plus 300. So if you want to put a bet down on a team to win the World Series, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Braves, any of those teams are a great bet. Don't put money on the Dodgers to win the division. Just the odds aren't there, guys. So those are my bets, guys. These are my best bets for the Major League Baseball divisions this year. Not exactly who I think is going to win it. I've already broke those down on my page as well. You can check that out at Kick It With Crowder. I'm on Facebook. I'm also on YouTube, and then on Twitter at Kick It With Crow, guys. Do not forget to like and subscribe today, and you can catch all my videos on all this stuff. I drop a lot of content, guys, so thank y'all so much for the follow. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am out, guys. Thanks for kicking it with me. Let's go.